Okay, so me and Amy have lived in small cabins or tiny homes for the better part of a decade. Now with Lena turning about 6, we think it's time where we're going to start thinking about and planning out and building our forever cabin. We're looking to build something around 24 by 32, maybe 2 stories with a few bedrooms. We plan on expanding our family, so this will be crucial in doing that. I'm going to start by clearing some land up here in our build site, staking out a cabin spot. I'm going to try to get the foundation laid before winter. And then over the winter, at least before it gets really cold, I can start building. I'm gonna get started into this today. Yeah, the mosquitoes are rough today, huh? Oh, don't be like that. The interior mosquitoes are no joke. I'm just gonna limit with the axe, or saw instead of the axe. Made it to the spot. I'm gonna go ahead and start clearing out a few of these trees. We got our barn back there. I'm gonna move my feeder here, and I'm gonna leave some of these birch trees. Probably take out a few of these spruce, and then we can have our barn and our horses back here, and we'll eventually clear a view down in front, down to the little cabin here. So I'm gonna get going. I was thinking, like, you know, from this, like this flat spot, you know, through this, cut these few little ones down, then we'll see what it looks like. Okay. Take them off. To leave it in one log or bucket up the firewood. It's a pretty nice straight log. Yep. Oh, my chain fell off. I gotta go get the tool to loosen it up. That's what happens when you cut scrubby brush with it. That's why I like to use the axe for that. At least there's not too much trees to cut here. You should definitely thin through this, though. Yeah. Then you can get a... Leave the birches, but even a few on that, because then we'll get a nice... You'll get a better view, actually, of the mountains here. Really? With our cabin down below it. You know, see, like, look at it. Every time that's why I like the axe for cutting that, like, scrubby stuff. I gotta clean this out. Probably could have made a cabin log out of that, but it's not going to be I think we're better off with D-logs. That ought to be interesting. It's gonna look cool because you're gonna be able to see the cabin and the greenhouse down there, and then the mountains behind it. This is a real cool house lot. It'd be really cool to actually get this up, like 2 stories.
Yeah.
I'd be real excited to build it. Got a good feel to it. As I've been building things, I've kind of been planning on putting a house here, so that's kind of why I put that there. You know, so your ATVs and stuff are right there.
Yeah.
And then parking there. All right, well, we are getting there. This was a pretty easy spot to clear out. It's a real nice house lot. Yeah, we'd be excited to start building here. We're gonna start to have a lot of projects going on here on the homestead. We're gonna be working on this cabin here. We have a fish wheel project coming up, so we're going to try to build a fish wheel so that we can fish the river down here. So we're going to be doing that, and of course there's the fire truck. So we're kind of thinking we'd make more videos weekly, say maybe 3 videos a week, and just more direct to what we're doing on that moment, because it's really kind of hard to cram all these into one video. But we'll kind of put it to you guys, whatever you think, you know, if you'd rather see multiple videos that are more direct to what we're doing at the time, or if you'd rather just see a weekly video where we're, you know, kind of what we're doing for the week. We're not really YouTubers per se, we're really kind of just homesteaders, and you know, the YouTube thing was a real big learning curve to us. Yeah, I don't really know too much about YouTube or cameras. I haven't had a cell phone in like 10 plus years, so. Look at that, there we go, Alaskan mosquitoes. Yeah, we'll put it to you guys, whatever you think. If you'd rather see more videos weekly, say 3 or 4 videos a week, or if you'd rather just see the Saturday video that kind of encompasses all of it.
All right, this is coming out pretty cool. This is gonna be a beautiful house lot, we think, but it is about lunchtime. We're gonna run down, get to making some lunch, and then get back to work. All right, well, we eat a lot of salmon. We have been eating salmon since our big fishing trip. For every meal, one of the best things we like to do with it is just smoke and can it. It's super good. But we're just gonna heat up some of the smoked salmon, fry some eggs from the hens, and put it on some sourdough flatbread with cream cheese and some dill and red onion. All right, so we're pretty excited this week. We are also picking up our second goat here, who's producing a lot more milk than Barry, so we're gonna be getting some cheeses and yogurt and kefir and all that good stuff going pretty soon.
Ooh, salmon skin. Smoking and jarring this stuff is definitely the way to go. You wouldn't think salmon and egg would go really well together, but they really do. It's a great combination.
I'll say this, salmon gives you a lot of energy. I'm interested to see the difference in fish from these Copper River Reds that we got in Chitna versus the ones that we're gonna get out there, right outside our door. I imagine they'll have less fat on them from the long trip up because they make a journey, but still be delicious. This is great. I like canned salmon.
We're gonna make a little fire here, try to keep the mosquitoes at bay, and then I'm gonna cut a few more of these trees. I don't have a long enough tape measure. I really need about a 100-foot tape measure to get this perfectly squared. I'm gonna put a post about every 6 to 8 feet, but at least I'll get the 4 corners kind of roughed in. We'll get an idea of where we want to set it, and then I gotta make the unfortunate 5.5-hour trip to town tomorrow, and I'll pick up some string and a longer tape measure, and we'll get all the posts marked out, and then we can start digging holes. Instantly dissipated all those mosquitoes. That's great. Kind of, yeah, but these few, nice trees, but build a cabin and then leave a bunch of trees around it, because then it's a lot harder to try to pull them out without dropping them on the cabin. So I think I'm going to pull it out now. my best, but I think we should flip the entrance to the barn, so like even take that end wall off, put it on the opposite side, and then have this way.
Yeah.
You could build like an outdoor enclosure on the back side of that, but have this be like the barn door, you know,
Yeah.
be open, and that way it's just, you don't gotta walk around, but you just gotta clean out all that so you get a view. Top of a dead birch tree fell off, hit me right in the nose. Gonna have to get a band-aid for that, I think. Forest unfought back.
What?
I'm pushing over those old birch trees.
You knew better.
I knew better. I did it anyway. Hit me from like 20 feet in the air. That's what it's like to get punched in the face by someone who can really punch. Here comes Jelly Roll. Here comes Jelly.
Aww, she knows.
What's up, Jelly Roll? You gonna want a hot dog? We are gaining. Now it's just this little bit of brush, those few stumps, a couple of these, and then we can pick our cabin corners. And
But she's coming. A good guardian doggy.
that's going to be the front line. I agree with you. I think we should put one corner. We want to leave room for a deck. I'm going to tie the ribbon on, okay, Lena?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? This be the corner and then your front porch?
Right there?
Right there overlooking the mountains? It's like a foot of moss. Ought to be interesting trying to peel that stuff off. Really, best bet's equipment, but it's 4.5 hours to get any equipment. I know what you'd have to rent a truck and a trailer. This tape measure's not long enough, so I'm gonna have to measure anything.
Here you go.
What I'll do is I'll cut enough of this rebar, and we'll set one of these pieces of rebar, and we'll paint the top orange, and we'll set them everywhere we're gonna set a post. So we'll do a post every 8 feet.
Yeah.
We'll just do some big pressure treated posts, and we could put them in concrete, or we could just sink them in gravel. I mean, they'd probably be fine in gravel. But I kind of like this as one corner, right?
Yeah.
And then we can kind of just work this way with it. It's not going to be square because my tape measure's not. I need 100-foot tape for this.
Yeah.
But we'll get it rough, and we'll get this all cleaned up. We'll get the wood moved, and then when we go down to the valley or up to Fairbanks, we'll get a new tape measure. Okay, this is 12. You want to help me tie some ribbon on these, Lene? Kind of rough, but there it is. Oh, I hit my thumb. Getting all beat up here. Down through. Good job. Grab that end. Now pull tight. See how we can see the other one? You want to do more? Here you go.
Yeah, pull tight.
Pull tight. Let's get over by that fire where these skeety buzzards aren't. Okay, it's getting pretty late now, and we're all pretty hungry, so we're gonna roast some hot dogs over the fire here, and a little change from all the salmon we've been eating. And I'm gonna load this firewood up here, bring it back to the house. It's never too early to start on firewood, so a good start getting into the fall. That should last us probably about a month, so we got about a month's worth of firewood out of this anyway. It's like a natural trail, you know?
Yeah.
You excited to roast hot dogs, Lena? Hot dogs! I think we're good.
Yeah.
Then we can hold a lot more, because if not, they fall on the tires and we end up... What do you think? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna take one trip down with this. I'll come back for this, and then we can start roasting some hot dogs. You gotta eat. You gotta eat at a new build site. You gotta at least cook there once.
Yeah.
It's bad juju not to.
Yeah.
I don't want to run off with y'all's hot dogs, but I don't want to put them where Big Birch can get them either. This stuff will season up by fall. It won't be perfect. Typically 1 to 2 years to really season this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what happened to my good tape measure.
You go. The hard Essie. Can you teach me how to make a spear?
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to make a spear. I don't know if that's a good idea though. Okay, let's cook some hot dogs. You hungry?
Yeah.
That'll be a good one, huh? What do you think, Lena?
I love it.
You ready to start? We're gonna push it down right over there, and we're gonna rest it on that end so it can't fall off. How's yours doing?
No plates?
No plates. Okay, Lena, I think these are done. You ready?
Yeah. Wow, it's dripping. Kind of dripping.
Got half of this off for Tucker. When we get home, we'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Birch can have this half.
I take a bite out of my mind.
They're kind of chunky, but...
Something about cooking over a fire is very satisfying. We cook over fires a lot, even in the middle of winter.
So, okay, cool. We made a lot of progress here today. We got it roughly staked out. I have to run to town tomorrow, about 5.5 hours. We're gonna pick up another dairy goat. I'll grab a tape measure when I'm down there, and we'll get this squared off, and then I'll get a piece of rebar with flagging everywhere I'm gonna sink a post. We'll sink all the posts, and then we'll get a platform built, and we'll build off it. This is gonna be my first time ever building a log cabin, and our first time building a cabin in Alaska. So yeah, it's gonna be a learning curve, but we're excited to do it. It's been a life goal for Amy and I, and we're happy we have the opportunity to do this.